Hi everyone, I hope you're all doing well. Welcome to the True Mind Tarot channel. My name is Juhi and I'm going to do a pick a pile style reading for upcoming week, August 17th through 23rd. Of course, we have also a new moon coming up in that week, and I will be doing a separate reading for that as an energy shift for the collective. But let's pick a pile first. We're gonna make it's gonna be like it's a pick a pile style because I'm just gonna pick 3 Oracle Starseed Oracle cards, and you pick 1, 2, or 3. 1 is going to be this crystal, 2 the Amethyst, and 3 Rose Quartz. I'm gonna pull these right now, and from there we're going to extend that with some more Oracle cards of the ancestors and spirit guides. And I'm going to use the Archangel Power Tarot cards to clarify. So let's see what's up for you guys. Okay, this one for the crystal, for the amethyst, and the rose quartz. What's up with the rose quartz? Okay, this one. Okay, so you can choose either 1, 2, or 3, or you can choose this crystal, beautiful, amethyst, or the rose quartz. Okay, let's flip these cards. Just gonna start with the crystal. There's probably another name for it too, like more specific. The Cosmic Heart. It has a lot of the colors of the rose quartz actually, and also of my nail polish, but it's and it has the clarity here, or steaminess. Devotion, potency, make your life a moving prayer. I really like that devotion, and it really speaks about recognizing the sacredness of everything and everyone in our life, and also recognizing that whatever that our body is our temple and we need to take care of it, and also do everything that we do it with awareness and with a devotion, as it is said, and make it a sacred ritual. Okay, let's see what this is about, and I'm going to use the Angels and Ancestors Oracle cards for that. And what I would like to see for you for this week is like what your heart has to say about the situation that you're maybe inquiring about, something that's challenging you, and the energy that's challenging you, and the energy that is supporting you to deal with the situation. I'm just looking at my arms because like mosquitoes have been eating me up alive with this heat. Tell me more about the Cosmic Heart. Tell me more about the Cosmic Heart. Okay. Okay, I'm just gonna pull all the cards. Now I'm gonna show it. Lady, this is what your heart has to say about the situation you're inquiring about. It says, Lady, enjoy growth and reap rewards. It actually has a little bit of a 9 of Pentacles energy for me at the moment. Very independent, very maybe a little bit of a single energy, but you have everything that you need, and you feel very confident about that you are able and that you have the capacities to make sure that you have everything that you need, that you desire in your life, that it's all around. It's very independent and confident energy. So maybe you need to know it, but in your heart, from your deepest soul, that is something that you actually already know, but it's like a bit of a confirmation perhaps. Enjoy growth and reap rewards. It also says something about it is a work in progress, right? Like you have been, maybe you're not quite there where you would like to be, but it looks like you've already been putting in a lot of work. And it's a moment to, it's also a little bit of a 7 of Pentacles energy, so a lot of Pentacles. Also with this earthy energy with the apple tree here. just about like looking back and just take a moment and appreciate the work that you've already done and the fruits that have already the fruits that you've already been able to pick. Sometimes it is very hard, like if we have some sort of goal in mind, it like without us being aware of it, it may be shifting, and then it feels like we're not getting anywhere. And it really helps for me sometimes to look back at a time period like, oh, where was I a month ago in regards to this? And even better, sometimes to just go back a year and see where was I a year ago. And then often I realize that a lot of things that are currently in my life that I almost take for granted were something that were unimaginable like 12 months ago, and yet they are here and they have become like a new normal in my life. So it's really like, it's a moment just to kind of like, it's like an encouragement, like you're doing a great job and you've already accomplished a lot. And like maybe you're just trying this apple, but have you already tried this apple, or this apple? And what happens if you take out the seeds of the apple and plant these? And then instead of one tree, you may have like a whole, I don't know, like a family of trees. I don't know what the word is for the word I want to say. So what is blocking you in recognizing that, I say? The potency is also jumping out to me now from the cosmic heart. But maybe there's something that like a potency of something that you can accomplish and you don't see it yet, which makes you maybe a little bit impatient, or maybe you start to self-doubt yourself whether it is attainable to you at all. And I have a feeling this is an indication like, no worries, it is on its way, and it's just keep going and be grateful what's already here. And we have winter, take care of your needs. This is something that is challenging you at the moment. Isn't this very interesting? And maybe a scarcity mindset, like with the winter, when like there's nothing is growing, the abundance of the summer is over. But then, it's like, it's such a stark contrast almost, where like in winter there's nothing, and then here like reap the rewards and all the abundance and all the full and ripe fruits that are available to us. So I feel like there's something about you may be just in a very practical way, you may be just caught up in the daily life, just to make sure that you can pay your rent, that you can do groceries, make sure you do your just make sure that you get your bills paid, but it is taking you away, it's removing you from that part in yourself that has a little bit more spiritual, and where you maybe forget that you and your life and everything that you do is sacred, that you are more than just somebody who is providing to make sure there is food on the table. So itchy with all the mosquito bites. For me, this also shows a little bit of like a lack mentality that you may be operating in, which makes it very hard to recognize the abundance that is already present. And it can be both as well. Like, I mean, it really, I cannot look into your wallet, right? What is abundance to you? In my experience, abundance may look very different from what I expect it to be. So that's something that may be explored. What does it mean? Also, like with this wolf, is a bit again that soulless, that isolated energy, like the lone wolf kind of energy. I believe wolves actually move and they also hunt in packs. So there may be something like about a belief that you have to do everything by yourself. you may find it hard to ask for help and for support for the people around you. And I have a feeling that, like, in your heart, you know there is help. You only have to ask. There are people around you, there are resources around you that you have to claim, but you have to claim them first before they come to you. And there may be something about self-worth about that too, like issues like a low self-worth, that you maybe do not feel worthy of asking, or maybe it is just a frightening prospect to take up space by asking help, to have the limelight on you by asking for that, like you are not deserving of it. So it's not just a lack mentality in regards of resources, but it's also a lack mentality about how you regard yourself. And I really looking back to this cosmic heart, it just like kind of also like a reminder of that you are sacred. You are like a god. You are a god. And I don't know if you are religious, but just like kind of like, how would you treat a god? And this can be any kind of god. It doesn't have to be a god, like whatever, how you relate to something like a bigger consciousness than just our separate individualist perception of it. How do you connect to a bigger consciousness? And if you would, like, how would you treat that God person or God entity? How would you treat it? And this is an invitation to the devotion that you would project on a godlike person or something sacred. That is this invitation to take care of yourself in such a way. So that also means that if you need help, you need to ask for help, because you're worth it, because you are sacred, you are a child of God, you're a child of Mother Nature, and you're part of this bigger consciousness. We're all sacred, if that makes sense. Okay, let's have a look at the energy that will support you this week to deal with this, and recognizing the growth and the fruits that are already available to you, and perhaps helping you out of that lack mentality and recognizing your own sacredness and worth. What energy is supporting? What energy is supporting? Heart Guardian, wow. Oh, I just get goosebumps. There's heart 2 times. Just goosebumps all over. Love and let yourself be loved. I mean, this is exactly what we're talking about, right? Like that mentality, lack mentality about your self-worth. And maybe because if we are in a low frequency about ourselves, that is also what we will attract. If we are in a loving frequency also like about ourselves, and we really take care of ourselves, self-love, nourish ourselves with loving, like give ourselves a massage, or prepare a nice cup of tea for yourself, or prepare a nice meal, really bring that love into our body, is communicating, like whatever our body is communicating to this sense of being that we are worthy, that we are, and maybe God is a little bit big, especially if you are in a place of low self-esteem. But in the end, that is what we all are. But I don't want to skip ahead. But it's really like it's this week. It's really important to be sweet to yourself and nourish yourself. And you don't have to think of yourself as a god, but really like just start to think of like, what would you do for somebody you really love, or a godlike person, if that godlike person would visit you at home. how would your behavior be looking like? And instead of pointing that behavior towards an external factor, point it towards yourself. And it looks like there is this heart guardian is here with you to support you in that. And this may be symbols, this may be synchronicities. It actually may be a red-headed woman. And maybe you can just feel it in activities that you do for yourself when you take like a nice hot bath. Make sure you have a nice coffee when you start the day. I love taking a coffee in the beginning of the day. Oh, so once you start to like love and let yourself be loved. So you are not, I really feel like this alone, there's like this isolated energy. You are not alone. And how does it feel when you can lean back? How does it feel when you feel like there is a hand in the back? Just the warmth of that hand supporting you. You are not alone. And will really help you to be like more confident. I think it will help you to be more appreciative of yourself. And that makes you able to see, like, maybe appreciate the hard work that you have already done. So this is something that you can be working on. And I'm just going to read this out one more time. Devotion, potency, make your life a moving prayer. Yeah, sorry, I just got caught up in this. Look how they both, like, they are both not holding their hand on the heart space, but more close to the shoulder. It's the right shoulder here and it's the left shoulder here. I don't know, maybe there is something about you need to, I don't know, I kind of like here she's more holding her heart. It may be nice to be taking moments during the day, maybe in the morning, maybe before you go to bed, and just take time to rest your heart, your hands on your heart space. But also maybe there's just something about your shoulders, like this is where we carry the weight, right? Like when we feel responsible, when we feel the load or the heaviness of the things that we need to do in life, we're carrying it on our shoulders. So maybe it's also just like we don't need to carry the load all by ourselves on our shoulders. Maybe that's why they're holding their hands here. And maybe you have a stiff neck, or like this part is maybe it needs a massage. And maybe you're able to massage it yourself or ask somebody to do it for you. Okay, this is going to be a little bit longer than I expected, but I do want to clarify with the Archangel Power Tarot cards. Have any messages about the Cosmic Heart? Any messages about the Cosmic Heart? Any messages about the Cosmic Heart? By the way, I received this deck, beautiful deck from a good friend. And you know who you are, so thank you for bringing me this. Very timely and a very good moment when I started to open up for angels, and then there they came. Cosmic Heart, tell me more about the Cosmic Heart. Any more messages? Okay. King of Raphael, warm, generous, honorable, refined. Yes, it is safe to trust. The ability to accomplish many things at once. Follow your creative passions. So I think this is a Cups card. It's again green with that lady. I just want to see. It's also about like trusting ourselves, right? It's almost like because maybe you were doing well. Maybe you're not always in that lack mentality. But perhaps because you are not seeing the results that you are hoping for. You start to doubt yourself, and that self-doubt may be an old pattern that is just kind of resurfacing. It may have been healed for the most part, but then it's just like sometimes it just is back to challenge us again or test us again and relearn that lesson again. Tell me more about winter. Take care of your needs. Any messages about winter? Any messages about winter? 7 of Raphael and 7 of Gabriel. 7, 7. Yeah, so that is definitely Um, this is Seven of Gabriel. I really love this card. Look at that unicorn in the rainbow. Seven of Gabriel is Wands energy. Stand up for what you believe in. Have confidence. Claim your personal power. So if you forget as a wolf that you have all this power in yourself, it's kind of a reminder that you are. Look how I really like this energy of this unicorn. Stand up for what you believe in. So it may even be like because you don't see the results that you're hoping for, you start to self-doubt, and you may even like start to stop doing what you need to be doing in order to fulfill or to get that result that you're hoping for. So it's also like keep trusting the process that you're in and keep doing what you're already doing. And it may be a little bit out of the box project that you're working on, or maybe just a very wild big dream that you started to manifest. So it's really a message like don't stop manifesting. Keep doing what you're doing. King of Raphael is King of Cups. So keep following your bliss. Keep following what makes you happy. If that means that you need a little break and take care of yourself, that's also part of the process. You don't need to be working all the time, especially if it means that it's just kind of burning your energy up, and then you stop doing what you need to be doing. Because if you stop doing that, then for sure you will not. It will we do have to co-create. We do have to work together with universe if we want to receive what we're working for, right? Like we cannot just sit and hope. So there's another seven coming up, and Seven of Raphael. This is Seven of Cups again. So this is time to make a decision, be clear on what you want, and take action. A need for detoxification. Yeah. So for me, the take action is jumping out, but also the detoxification. So maybe because you have, it's almost like these are like, I have this from Jessa Reed, and since Jessa Reed mentioned apples as timelines, I have that same association with it. Not all the time, but sometimes, and in this case I do. It's almost like you've chosen an apple, but because the results are not coming as fast or not in the way that you are expecting, you almost start to doubt whether you chose the right timeline, whether you chose the right project, the right apple. And it is almost like the detoxification is the detoxification of self-doubt, that it may be a very unique apple that you've chosen, and it may be tempting to go back to the apples, the timelines, the projects that mainstream society or our loved ones or family or the more well-known timelines are available to you. Like they almost start to become tempting again, but in fact they are toxic. They're toxic not for everyone, but they're toxic for you because they are not bringing you where you need to be. They are not bringing you to your emotional fulfillment and happiness, and that is what you're meant to be. So really and it's because of that lack mentality, that self-doubt, that you start to doubt the whole project, but you just kind of you need to keep going. Like you want to be in this energy, right? It's almost like you can have, here you need to choose between all these different colors, but in this one you can have all of it. Let's see about lady. Any messages about the lady? Tell me more about the lady. Are there any more messages about the lady? Yeah. 10 of Raphael. Well, Raphael, so that's the Cups energy, is very much, it's like there's a lot of emotional energy, a lot of water energy, lots of creativity as well in this reading. Love and blessings fill your life, harmonious relationship with family members, happily ever after. Again, there's a rainbow here, so rainbows may be a synchronicity for you. I feel like this is a little bit of a conservative understanding of the 10 of Cups, I feel like, but this is, I mean, this is abundance, this is emotional fulfillment, whatever emotional fulfillment means to you, and maybe a family, but maybe it is traveling all around the world and making vlogs and being paid for it, or I don't know, something more holistic, because this is quite a holistic energy. And at the other hand, I do feel like there's a message about, again, you are not as alone as you are. You have your family, your actual family, perhaps to rely on, as well as friends, or maybe it is your soul tribe or your soul family that is available to you to support you in your endeavor. Even if you may be believing that they won't support you, I think this may be an indication there's more support than you think. And maybe you're projecting something on the people that maybe you're projecting, and it may be coming from like that self-doubt that people are not willing to support you, but have you actually asked? Ooh, I'm talking very fast because it's just like the channeling is very fast. Just recognize that there's this beautiful rose sitting on her shoulder that she's holding so tenderly. So it's also something like just like a rose before it buds, and is that how you say it? And then unfolds. It's a process too, right? Like when it is just a little bud, and then it needs some time to unfold in a way as it does. And rose definitely a color of passion. So it also needs, I don't know, it's just an indication of time and like a natural process. Like we cannot force to have the rose bloom whenever we want. Just need to keep tending it and giving it water and soil that it can grow on. And that soil and that nourishing, that is us. That's why we need to take care of ourselves first. Cannot just be focusing on outward factors, like, and then forget ourselves. Tell me more about the Heart Guardian, please. Any messages about the Heart Guardian? 6 of Gabriel. Congratulations, you've done a wonderful job. Time to move on to the next project, award, scholarship, or promotion. So this is Wands energy. So we have water and fire on the table, and we have Cups and Wands energy here mostly. 6, this is a little victory. This is a little victory. And it's again like that, like, congratulations, you have done a wonderful job. It's again about not being so critical perhaps about what you've already accomplished, because it is an accomplishment and maybe you can celebrate it. And also, if you get compliments from people about it, try to see what your reaction is to it. Are you about to just kind of swipe it away right away, or can you actually receive the compliment? Allow it to come in. For a moment I thought everything was on fire in the background, like a war, but it's not. It's interesting though that I thought I saw it. And it's time to move on to the next project. It's almost like it's whatever dream you have. I think it is something saying about it may be such a big project that just kind of you need to segment it in how do you say it? Like you have to separate it in different segments. It's time now to recognize which segments have been completed and finished in a successful way. And once you recognize that, you're able to move on to the next one that is bringing you yet another step closer to your big vision or your dream or whatever you envision that apple is to you. So in that way, it's just like not becoming, it almost feels like when what you are envisioning to manifest is not showing up right away, you have a tendency to just go back in an old tendency of self-doubt. And maybe I almost feel like a lot of stagnancy with that too, just kind of numb feeling that you're just like, you don't see it, and then just like kind of just drop everything out of your hand. And then I feel like there's a lot of hard working mentality with you, and you can be just kind of sweet to yourself, and I'm repeating myself, but like you just like you are not bringing in your dream by just working frantically. You kind of need, because we are human beings, need to stop sometimes, take a hot bath, drink a glass of wine, drink a nice cup of tea, just take care of ourselves, recuperate, nourish ourselves, so we can take a deep breath and start again, or pick it up where we left it. We can't just be going all the time. Okay, I don't know, I feel like, do we need to wrap this up? Yeah, let's just pick another. I want to wrap it up with another Angels and Ancestors card. Just the advice, just general advice for your situation if you chose number 1. Number 1. Any advice or extra message in regards of the heart, of this project of the heart? Really bringing something forward here. Trader, exchange energy to create abundance. Exchange energy. This is so interesting. To create abundance. It's again about abundance. I think like this is again about that lack. So maybe, okay, how do I say it? I had a download about this the other day. Maybe you do not have the money to buy services of other people, and you may need the services of other people in order to build on a project that you're working on. But then, like, before you dismiss the idea that you can call in the help of other people, maybe they are just willing to help you because you have helped them in the past. Maybe they are willing to help you, maybe if you cook a meal for them and invite them over, maybe they are willing to help you, depending on what kind of help you're asking of them. And maybe there is something very specific, a quality that you have, a talent, that they are willing to trade for. So like an energetic exchange, that's what they say, right? To create abundance. In my case, I could be like offering energy readings, tarot readings in exchange for something that I would need to build a website, for example. And that's something that I'm struggling personally with at the moment. But I know I need to do it. So this is pretty practical advice for you. Okay, I hope this was helpful. You can still watch 2 and 3 if this didn't resonate. It can also be that 2 and 3 is an extension of what you've already heard over here. And what I always forget to mention, but I like to make a habit, is to, nose is itchy. If you like what you see, if this was helpful for you, please like and subscribe to the channel, because it's really supporting the channel. If you have any comments, please share in the comment section below, or you can send me a personal message on my Instagram, which is True Mind Tarot. I always like to hear if it resonates or how it resonates for you, and I hope to see you next time. Bye. Okay, welcome to pile number 2, if you chose pile number 2 with the Amethyst. And we start with the Oracle Starseed card. So colorful, this card. Lifting the veil, questioning everything, anything unaligned must go. This feels very much like awakening. It also feels like, if you chose number 2, that some new, how do you say that? Some new modalities may come to you, like some new superpowers are becoming available to you, and your intuitive qualities are really powered up at this time. It does look like a awakening, and so everything that you maybe have taken for granted in your life is suddenly like, oh, is that how it is supposed to be? I've always been doing this way, but should I? And if the answer is no, it's very clear. Anything unaligned must go. So if it no longer serves you, how hard it may be, you just have to let it go. Okay, what tells your heart about this situation? What is your heart telling you? What does your heart want you to know about this situation? There's maybe a specific situation you're thinking of. What does your heart want you to know about this situation? Medicine guardian, be open to healing information. Okay, yeah, this is very clear. So the information, the healing information that is coming to you is becoming, because that field is thin, and because you can look behind the field. How do I say this? You start to look at your life and at how you are perceiving the world with new eyes. In a sense, everything, I think like this is where I like to use the quantum field, if that says anything to you, but it is just something like about this idea that everything is in a frequency and in a vibration, like our bodies, everything that we see and feel around us, like the cards, and it is like this idea that everything is a frequency, and all the frequency is information, like everything is communicating with one another. And when the field is thin, and when you are open to your intuitive, like to your like your intuition, when you are really trusting your intuition, this is like when information comes in. And this is an indication that your heart is telling you the information that you are receiving is helping you to heal yourself. And to heal yourself, that means just as much as like all the patterns and habits and belief patterns that are not serving you. They will help to heal you. Okay, I don't need a lot of words to explain that. Also with that green, it just says a lot about the heart space. So it's like you need to open your heart to be able to receive this information in a way that you can actually do something with it. Let's have a look at what is challenging you. What is a challenging energy? My nose is getting so itchy. What is a challenging energy for number 2 to receive the healing information, to let go of everything that's no longer serving you? What is challenging you? Okay, there we go. There are 2 cards. I just want to have 1, please. What is okay, this one. Hunter, track down your fears and desires. This is so, I really like it when cards are just being so clear. So, fears and desires, you may get information, like you may receive some sort of clarity about the fears and the desires that are deeply embedded within you, that are orchestrating the way that you move through life, but are not serving you at all. So once those are becoming painfully clear, that's when we are able to make different decisions. And then it's when it's becoming healing information. But we need to be open, like really open and courageous, to be willing to dive deep and like really like go into this dark cave, to face those fears and face those deep desires that are, I already said it, orchestrating. Like when they are unconsciously operating us, this is when we feel like we are, this is when we are like giving our power away to our own unconscious like movements out of rejection or attachment. When we are not conscious of them, then we're just being played by those fears and desires. So they have to come into the consciousness, and they will, because the field is thin. Okay, let's see what energy is supporting this healing. What energy is healing supporting the healing, the unfeeling? What energy is supporting us? I'm burping because I'm just transmuting energy here, I think. So already some healing being done. What's supporting the healing? What's supporting the healing? What is okay? Ooh, guardian angel, you are not alone. I always like feathers. There's something fated about the path that you're walking now, about you're supposed to wake up, and I think especially when you go into the dark and into the unknown to look for those deep fears and desires, this may be when it becomes very scary, right? And this may be when we are, and this most likely what we have been doing most of our life, is turn around and run back out of that cave, because it's uncomfortable and scary. So this is telling you, when you feel the fear, keep going. You are protected. And it's almost like, like also with this blue, it's almost like you are following the blueprint of your life. It feels very distant, destined. There may be a synchronicity for you for the feather. Just like maybe when you see feathers, just know that you are on the right path and that you're protected. Just like a little indication. I often see feathers. There are times that I don't see feathers at all, and there are times that I just almost, I don't think you can stumble upon them, but it feels like I could stumble upon feathers. That's how many show up. Let's clarify with the Archangel Power Tarot cards. Okay, lifting the field with the moon. Yes, of course. The moon is shining light upon that what is in dark waters and has been unseen, that what we have been shoving under the carpet. I really like, you see that raccoon and that white fluffy dog? Maybe this is your fear, maybe that's your desire, or the other way around. But anyway, it's really, the moon card is really the one that is a major arcana, by the way. It's very much in line with that. It's unveiling. It's like, because in the light of the full moon is when everything in the dark becomes visible. It's shining light on what is dark. And it may be a little doggy, and it may be a raccoon for you. Okay, sorry, that's a little bit silly. Oh, the opportunity to improve your plans. Listen to your intuition for accurate guidance. Face your fears and grow stronger. Face your fears. Again, face your fears. That is the big message for you if you chose number 2 with the Amethyst. What do I see here? It's almost like some sort of portal is opening up here. And as much as I think this may be the representing of like the fear and the desires, that is what you would like to walk away from, is exactly what you need to walk to. The moon card, upcoming week we have a new moon coming up, so this may be a very good time to set the intention to really work with those fears and unhealthy attachments, desires. Tell me more about the Medicine Guardian and about the healing information. Or is there any more messages about the healing information, Medicine Guardian? Are there any more energies? Are there more messages about the Guardian? About the Medicine Guardian? Any more messages for the Medicine Guardian? Huh, nothing. Any more messages for the Medicine Guardian? Ooh, I think that may have been something. Okay, here we go. Wow, we have another Major Arcana. Change Your Life, Archangel Shamuel. Oh, this is Archangel Haniel. I am starting to learn more about them. I think Haniel has something to do with the second gate. I don't know what it means. But if Haniel, you can, if it speaks to you, maybe you want to look it up. Archangel Shamuel. A sudden revelation. Yeah, duh, because the fuel is thin. That offers freedom, because you're free from, like, that healing medicine is freeing you from what no longer serves you. Break free of procrastination. Embrace the opportunities that change brings. Yeah. So it's again, like, it's a little bit like just repeating the message of the Medicine Guardian. Be open to receive the information, to be perceptive to the information, and take action on it as well. Listen to it. Listen to your intuition. Because it's going to bring you a change that is offering you freedom. Freedom of what is unconsciously navigating you through life. And we really want to be consciously navigating through life, right? Because that is freedom. Okay, tell me more about the Hunter. Are there any more messages about the fears and desires? Tell me more about the Hunter. Tell me more about fears and desires. Tell me more about fears and desires for the Hunter. Are there any more messages? What do we need to know about the Hunter, please? Tell me more about the fears and desires with the Hunter. Okay, this is a bunch, but I think we need to get all of them. Sliding off my pillow here, sorry. Okay, we have King of Gabriel. I think this is the King of Wands. Generous, inspirational, dramatic, driven. Keep your eyes on the big picture. Leave the details to others. Experience that leads to success. Genuine concern for others. And then we have Four of Gabriel. Time for celebration. Abundant rewards for hard work. Release yourself from a burdensome situation. Again, release yourself from burdensome situations. Sorry, I'll show you. And then we have Six of Ariel. Material needs get fulfilled in magical and unexpected ways. Act of kindness. Giving or receiving with a grateful heart. So we have Wands and Pentacle energies here. Just showing you. I think there's something about not having enough with the Six of Cups. No, sorry, the Six of Pentacles with the Six of Ariel, keep pooping. But you just kind of have to be open to it. There may be a desire about abundance, and at the same time there may be a fear about that you not have enough or how it looks like. And there's also something about, like, with that Four of Gabriel, it may have something to do, I feel like these may be related, they're both wands. There may be some sort of attachment to a certain person who is holding the King of Wands energy. This may be, it's a king, but it can be a woman or a man or binary, or I don't know, it's non-gender. It's the energy of a king of Wands that you may be interested into, like a romantic connection. And something is in, like, I do feel like something is in the way of making this connection happen, and that's either because you are reaching too hard And at the same time there may be something about fear that is helping you, like that's like it's like grabbing and pushing away at the same time, which is saying something about attachment systems. So it may be that there may be avoidant attachment system that you're dealing with yourself, or maybe this King of Wands, or at the same time there may be more of like a not secure. What else do you have? Avoidant and preoccupied. So that preoccupied is really more that clingy kind of energy. There may be something to do with like codependent relationships that you, and most of us really have been raised and conditioned in codependency that are so I think your fears and desires are expressed in the longing that you have in the relationship to another, and specifically to a significant other. That may be maybe a little bit of push and pull and unhealthy, and there may be even ideas about it that you always attract the wrong kind of people, or that you are always messing up, possibly. So it's really like in the relationship that like maybe you are avoiding going into a relationship and is actually going in the cave. Wait, how do I say this? It's so clear, just like how do I put it into words? Like for you, going into a relationship is the same as going into this dark, deep cave, and that's where you face your fears and your desires. So if you are holding off a relationship, I think you should go into it and just experience what it is. It's going to bring you freedom. Okay, tell me more about the guardian angels. No, it's not the right cards. Where did the cards go? Here. Tell me more about the guardian angel. You are not alone. Yeah, so maybe there's also like you are not alone. Maybe there's something about a fear of being rejected, of being abandoned. So maybe because you're avoiding being abandoned or rejected, you rather stay alone. And then it's like paradoxical that by knowing that you are not alone, you maybe be able to actually open yourself to a deep connection with another or others. Tell me more about guardian angel. You are not alone. The chariot in reverse. I feel like there's another card wanting to come out. Let me see. Lots of major arcanas for you. It's big. I mean, like when the view is thin, like, and there's like definitely this awakening energy. I'm not surprised actually with that chariot energy. Chariot for me is usually when it's upright, because it's reversed. When it's upright, it actually says something about stagnancy to me. When it's reversed, it actually says something about forward movement. So I do feel like it's actually exactly what I just said about that paradoxical energy of once you already know that you are not alone, it's easier to open yourself up. But as long as you believe you are alone, that's when you will remain alone. Page of Ariel. An excellent opportunity will be offered to you. Scholarships or the pursuit of education, time to get to work. Yeah, Page of Pentacles. I think this may be education, like self-education about like a start of a self-healing process. Getting to know more about your attachment system. There are lots of wonderful books about that. For example, the book Attached. There's a lot of information on the internet, of course, but maybe you are starting something like going into therapy, or maybe you find somebody you can really talk about, and maybe you actually start a study in psychology or something like that. This lady looks very happy to be surrounded by all those books in any case. I also feel like Oh yeah, let's read the Chariot, Archangel Metatron. Determination and self-control, career advancements, acknowledgments of success by others. Oh, it's funny, like that. This energy, like you are not alone. It does seem very much related to work or education. So maybe it is like co-students or co-workers that you find a guardian angel in that you may not be expecting. Maybe somebody like maybe you meet somebody from your soul tribe in relation to your education or your work that you didn't expect, but you have to open yourself open to a connection like that, to the possibility that it may be there for you to be able to perceive it. That is interesting. I also feel like you may find synchronicities in text. So maybe there are when you maybe hear a lyric from a song, or you may be reading a book that is unrelated to everything, but if you feel like some words are touching you, you may want to write them down, or maybe just kind of sit with them and just see how they how you receive them, where you feel them physically in your body, because everything be open to healing information. So I feel like that may be a message as well. Okay, I'd like to wrap this up with one more angel and ancestor card. Just need to peek all the time what the name is of it. Hope this is helpful for you. Okay, is there one more message or advice in regards to the spread? Are there any messages or advice in regards to the spread? Is there any advice or messages pertaining to the spread? Okay. Whoa! Okay, this is interesting because if you chose number 1, then you've already seen this exactly as the message or advice. So it's super interesting that this card shows up again. It's all about energetic exchange. So this may also be a message for the collective, or something that we're moving towards to as the collective, where we are, money is energy, but where we move beyond the concept of paying for a service just with money. Like if you have a talent of some kinds, you may be able to trade that for a service that you need. So really like dive deep into that. And maybe it's also once you there's so much unfeeling going on for you, especially with that moon card. So it may also be like in this journey, once all the bullshit is removed, when all the layers are removed, like everything that's no longer serving you, maybe this is helping you to really see what this may be, how you can use your passion, your talent as an energetic exchange. I also feel now that if you've already watched 1, this may be like a sequel, like a follow-up for number 2. It feels like 1 and 2 are super much related now. Also because this was advice for number 1, it almost looks like number 2 is an explanation of, if you don't know yet what you can use as energetic exchange, this is how you get there. So that's just like release everything that's no longer serving you, and in order to know what's no longer serving you, you need to be open to receive the information that is all around you all the time. And feathers may be a specific synchronicity for you, as well as words either in lyrics or written down. Find it interesting. And you need to face your fears. If you have faced your fears, it becomes much more clear what makes you really happy, and you can make decisions in a very conscious way. So thank you for watching. I really appreciate the time that if you have been watching this. You can still choose number 1 or number 3. And if you are not moving along to number 3 with us, then please like and subscribe and comment if you like what you see. It's really helping the channel. And I'm always curious to hear if it resonates and how it resonates, you can share it in the comments section below, or send me a personal message, a direct message on Instagram, my True Mind Tarot Instagram. Okay, thank you, and hope to see you soon again. Bye. Hi, number 3s. If you chose the rose quartz with number 3, this is for you. And the message of the Starseed Oracle card is Whale and Orca Elders. So you may have an ancestral lineage that is connected to whales and orcas. Share your song, frequency of sound, diving deep. Interesting, that pyramid underwater. Do you see it? Here. You may have some sort of connection to Egypt as well. And look at this portal here. Interesting card, isn't it? I really like that frequency of sound. I mean, words, sometimes to express ourselves in words is such a hassle. So interesting to like frequency of sound, or just frequency, right? Just communication of emotions. Like if you're really, if you are in the download of 5D or even 6D, you almost need like code words in order to, or just like telepathy, or just empathy or feeling, in order to communicate where we are at. Need a whole lot less words. Okay, what is your heart telling about the whale and orca elders? Shaman, trust in higher forces. So maybe your ancestors, I'm not saying that your grandfather was a whale, but I do say that they may have been very deeply connected to whale and orca and dolphin energy. They are very high, like beings that communicate on a very high frequency. And it's almost like this card is almost like your guides or your ancestors are calling you in to communicate on this frequency. And also, like, if it's something, there's some sort of unwillingness, or maybe it's just something hard for you to connect to, that is something that you are, is in your, that you have guides. And your guides are asking for your attention because they are there. Okay, what is your challenge? What is challenging you to connect to your guides, your ancestors? It's almost like you are quite like spiritual, like you already had awakening, but you're kind of skimming right now instead of diving deep, like you're just surfing, but you're being asked to do deep diving. Deep sea diving, and somehow you're resisting it. That's the word. So what is the challenge? What is the challenging energy here? Great teacher, learn from spiritual experiences. Yeah, so there's definitely some sort of like hard-headedness, that there may be like messages all around you, but you're just kind of, nah, I'm just doing something else. You're not learning. You may have had like already experiences. So either you may be like a spiritual experience shopper, just like looking for it, like hunter, just like looking for another experience, instead of actually learning from it. Or there is some sort of denial or resistance in recognizing the lessons, or to internalize them and actually embed them in your life. Even though you've already made that connection. And this really feels a little bit like a reluctant light worker, or reluctant awakening. Somebody who just doesn't want to go along, although they have like the lived experience. What is the support? I just kind of have to laugh about this. What is... You may have a big connection with nature, like with that shaman, and also like, I don't know, just the colors with that green and that brown. It feels very earthy. And then we also have the whale and orca, it's like earth and water. So instead of like more like with one we had the cosmic heart, which feels very cosmic. This feels very much earthy. Okay, and what is the supporting energy here? Too much. What is the supporting energy here? One card, please. What is the supporting energy to trust in higher forces? What is the supporting energy for us to trust in higher forces? What is the supporting energy in this spread to connect to the elders? Ooh, I feel a lot of resistance and a lot of heat. It's also warming up because it's almost midday now. What is the supportive energy? What is the supportive energy? Okay, Lord, take charge with authority. Okay, I know, that just makes me laugh. And we are staying in all the brown and green colors here. Lots of masculine energy here as well. And an Ankh symbol, which is standing out to me because we also saw, because the Ankh symbol is something that is related to Atlantis, but also ancient Egypt, with that pyramid over here. So there definitely may be some sort of connection with Egypt there. Very Capricorn-like, right? With this as well, it's like very earthy. I almost feel like this is a big spoon and he's ready to cook. So maybe that's a message for someone. A little bit stern though, like you do want to finish your soup because otherwise you get a good spanking. Okay, sorry about that. Take charge with authority. Yeah, it's like Spirit is telling you in a quite stern manner to stop playing around, and you have been like taking like your spiritual journey maybe of late a little bit not as serious, and it's almost like Spirit is just like pulling you back in class and like study seriously again, like yeah, instead of that skimming on the surface of the water, is like really go for it. Okay, let's have a look. Let's clarify with the Archangel Power Tarot cards. Tell me more about the Wheel and Orca Elders, please. Sorry, it's my nose. That's why I'm pulling a weird face, because my nose is just getting itchy when I'm channeling. Wheel and Orca Elders. Woo! Okay, I think these two, in a weird way. Queen of Gabriel. Gabriel is Queen of Wands, and it's my neighbor is cooking something nice, and I think I'm getting hungry also because I was talking about soup already, or maybe you are getting hungry. Passionate, charming, brilliant, and independent. Oh, look at this cat! I just feel like there's so much in that sand. I feel like this could be like an ancient Egyptian queen. You can do anything right now. Go after what you want. The ability to attract helpful people. It is like you're just, I don't know. It's like you're taking it for granted. Whatever beautiful like spirit, it looks like, it almost feels like Spirit is offering themselves, like almost like thrusting themselves at you, and you're just kind of, and you may be happy. But it's almost like you could be manifesting a lot more. Or you could manifest whatever you want, but you just seem to be not interested in it. And Spirit really wants you to be interested. Decision. So, okay, maybe we're getting here a little bit more to the point. Decision. Release yourself from that which holds you back, and need to detox unnecessary worry based on a lack of self-confidence. Okay. So this reminds me a little bit of the attitude of like when I was in middle school and high school, students would be just like putting the least amount of effort in preparing for exams, and then afterwards when they would have made the test, they would brag about it that they got a good grade anyway without putting any effort in it. This is a little bit how it feels like. Maybe like the spiritual experience is coming very easy to you, but there may be some sort of fear of failure So therefore you're just kind of like just skimming, you keep skimming the surface, so you cannot feel. But it is really like, but you're holding yourself back, and it's a very toxic pattern. That's like, if you feel blocked on your spiritual path, this is why. And it's a toxic behavior, unnecessary worry based on lack of self-confidence. I do have a feeling that 1, 2, and 3 are all related. Self-confidence also came in number 1, so you can still watch that one. I will add timestamps below. But you are, so it is like, at one hand there's like lack of self-confidence, and then here there's the encouragement that you can do anything you want, because you have like this gift of spirit and your elders available to you. You just have to decide that you are going for it, taking a risk. Tell me more about the shaman, trust in higher forces. So that's your heart's message. I see birds here. Wow, I just see this. Look at this bird in the cage and the one that's flying out. There's some sort of freeing. And then there's this bird here as well, another pigeon. And there's the owl here. So there may be some sort of bird synchronicity for you, but it's also just about like, you are caging yourself in unnecessarily. If you feel stuck, if you feel imprisoned, it is because you're doing that to yourself. And you're doing that to yourself because you have a lack of self-confidence. But you have spirit here to support you. Okay, that was a little bit stern like this. You just have to go for it. Just fly out of the cage. It seems to be open. No one's holding you back. Tell me more about the shaman. Are there any more messages about the shaman? Please tell me more about the trust. Tell me more about the trust. Tell me more about the higher forces. Trusting the higher forces, please. Tell me more about... Ooh! Okay, 2 more cards. The Empress. I really like that. That's a very nourishing and... what is the word? Not fruitful. Ripe? Like ready to give birth? Oh, I don't know. Maybe I get it later. Archangel Gabriel. Time to act upon your plans. Creativity is rewarded. Luxurious or abundant resources. Yeah. So it's just, it was already said earlier. Like, you can manifest whatever you want, and you just have to trust it. Very obvious. Ace of Ariel, Ace of Pentacles. Like, this is the manifestation that's ready for you to come. But you're just like, it's almost like, it actually reminds me of The Good Place, where you can choose any kind of house that you're most happy in. But it's almost, I don't know, maybe this is not the right example, but it's like, there's this plot of land, and there are 2 houses available on there. And one is like a big castle with a swimming pool and a jacuzzi. Maybe somebody who cooks good food for you all the time. And then there's a little hut with an axe and wood. And it's a little bit drafty. And it smells a little bit like goat poo because there's a goat walking around. And it's a little bit like you are choosing that little hut with the goat poo and the wood that you still need to cut yourself with that axe. And I'm not saying that one of the other is better, but they're both available to you, and somehow you just keep choosing the lesser side. And at some point, that's also what you will get from, you'll be manifesting how you are. How do I say this? You are projecting, you are communicating to the universe that you are worth the hut. While you could also be communicating to the universe that you are worth, your self-worth is like that of a castle. And at this point, they are all available to you. But it's almost like a warning. If you keep skimping, is that a word? If you're not taking it seriously, that's all what you will get. there's an opportunity for you right now with this Ace of Pentacles, with the Ace of Ariel. Let's see what she says. It's your lucky day, new resources of money, time, or support, a change in job or promotion. So there may be a chance, there may be an opportunity for you that you're just too easy to say no to. So take some time before you say no, because it may be a great opportunity. It may be, you know, it may be shiny and you may be saying no because you're already comfortable, but it may be time to say yes to the unknown. Okay, let's have a look at the great teacher. Please tell us more about the spiritual experiences, learning from spiritual experiences, the great teachers. Oh, there was one card. Flipped around, I think. Tell me more about the great teachers. Tell me more about the great teachers. Please tell me more about the great teachers. Putting this one back, I don't know where it belongs. What's the Two of Cups? Great teacher, tell me more about the great teacher, please. Tell me more about the great teacher. This is too many. Look at that. Tell me more about the great teacher. Huh. I do feel like I should have taken it. Sorry. Tell me more about a great teacher. Okay, here we go. Two cards again. Page of Michael, Page of Cups, Truth, Perceptive, Analytical, Blunt. Oh, maybe this is Swords. An exciting new challenge. You have what it takes to succeed. Review contracts or documents very thoroughly. Yeah, so I think this is that opportunity that we talked about that you may be inclined to say no to because you are already uncomfortable, but by saying yes to comfortable, you may be saying no to something very exciting that is meant to you. That's that Ace of Pentacles for you. Knight of Ariel, Knight of Pentacles, trustworthy, understanding, devoted, funny. There's so much to accomplish. Make a very detailed plan, being watched over by someone kind. Yeah, so it's almost like you just don't want to do the hard work. You know you can do it, but there's just something unwilling. Maybe just a little bit lazy. And like a lot of us are a little bit lazy, so I don't want to like shame you or anything. But there's just like a little bit asked from you to get a lot farther. And it may just be the fear that is holding you back. But it feels like, like if nothing is happening to you, nothing is happening. It's a little bit like bland, a little bit boring. Very safe, but boring. Tell me more about Lord. Yeah, it's really like, like you need a kick under your ass. Like, he's gonna kick you, this Lord. Tell me more about this Lord. Please. Tell me more about the Lord. Look at that owl. You need to dig in and learn. Like, also, like, even if you're making a mistake, it's only bringing you wisdom for the next time. Just, yeah, I really feel this fear of failure. Lord, take charge, okay? This one. Knight of Swords, take charge, right? Let me see if there's another message want to come out. Yeah, so that I do feel like there's maybe some sort of mental blockages there. Okay, the Two of Cups did want to come out. Two of Raphael. Two hearts dedicated to creating something wonderful. Kindred spirits, don't give up on those you love. And that was this one. And Knight of Michael, strong, committed, intellectual, diligent. Time to move quickly, choose logic over emotion, sudden changes. Yeah, so I think this is Two of Cups, right? Yeah, Two of Cups. I feel like even like if you start to listen to all the messages that Spirit is obviously giving to you, and I don't know what those are, they may be related to those birds, they even may be related to horses. Look how this one is so stagnant and this one is just moving fast, very forward, very fast. I think like this may even be like in relation to a project, but also where you may be hoping for a relationship that's not happening, is because you're saying no to everything. Because you're saying no to everything, it's also saying no to some significant other coming in, or saying no to your inner divine feminine and divine masculine to work together. Yeah, like you're sitting comfortable on the couch and watching Netflix together, instead of going out and about and experiencing adventures. And maybe they lose their luggage at some point, or maybe they have to sleep outdoors at some point. But that is life, right? Yeah, so I really feel like there's this big invitation of universe for you to come out and play, and you're just like, nah, I'm just playing this video game. No disrespect to people who are playing video games all the time, but yeah, just go out and about and do life, experience life, even if it hurts sometimes. Even if you fail, is failure really a failure? A mistake is an opportunity to learn. So yeah, there may be some sort of deep-seated fear of being abandoned. Like, I don't know, like just look into it for yourself, what it means to not be perfect or to fail. There may be some sort of underlying fear that needs to be addressed here, but you probably know, or you can have a look at 2, because I feel like 2 is related to this one. I do feel like 1, 2, and 3 are all related. I will timestamp them here. I already said that. Okay, I hope this was helpful for you. Number 3, or rose quartz. Yeah, stop acting cool and make yourself a little bit vulnerable to life, because then life can happen to you, or you can live life, because that's what we're here for. Hope this is helpful, and you can still watch 1 and 2. Please like and subscribe and comment if you like what you see. It's really helping this channel and to reach other people. So very grateful for that. Thank you for watching. Thank you for taking your time watching the content that I'm making. Feeling grateful for that too, if you made it this far. And hope to see you soon, and I wish you a beautiful week. Namaste. Oh, number 3, I forgot to wrap it up. If you chose the rose quartz with number 3, I forgot to wrap up with an oracle card from the angels and ancestors. Keep forgetting the title. So this is a bonus video for number 3 to see if there's any messages or advice for number 3. Any messages or advice for number 3? Autumn, release the old and rest. We are entering autumn, so that's interesting. And I think this is a message about what is holding you back from really fully going into it. There is, I think that is the old, like that old fear. You can just release it. You may have learned that lesson already. And rest. I feel like you need to have your ass kicked. But maybe it's more like rest from that fear of failure. Really go into it. And once you've gone into it, take a rest to let it sink in. And then you can move on and live life. Take charge. And maybe it also says something about you can take some time to deal with this and rest, and then maybe by the time it's winter, it's really time to move on. But you need to move on at some point, but maybe not right now. Okay, bye number 3. I hope this was helpful.